Hey, it's Martin and welcome to another YouTube video. In this video, I will explain why you need both organic and paid in order to build a successful, scalable info product business. And I think this question often comes, with the onboarding calls, like whenever someone books a call with me to see if we can work together, they always tend to say like, yeah, my organic leads are really good and my paid leads are really trash. And often I will say like, yeah, I agree. You're totally right, right? But if you only work with organic, you don't have new audiences, and with paid, you have new audiences, but you don't have trust. So these two together is the solution. And most of the times, then how that call will go is okay. But what are then the strategies, etc., etc. And I always share this during the call. So basically, if I talk about one of my clients, my previous clients, we were running like a VSL funnel. In the first month, we did already 30, 40K in revenue. And the ad spend was between 5 and 10K. I don't remember exactly, but it showed really good results. Only most often what happens when a sales team is not ready or experienced with paid ad leads, the quality is of course different than organic. So with organic, we often have like setters make sure that people have like a conversation, they book in the call gets closed at a high percentage of conversion rate because of there's already trust. So looking at the left side of this diagram, organic builds trust, like the same as what I do with this video. I build trust because of my knowledge and my experience and my storytelling about like clients and previous results, etc. It builds trust that I talk about something that I know and someone else can learn from. So the trust is a really big component. This component is not with paid. With paid, for example, well, if I scroll through my Instagram and get notified about an ad, chances are I don't know the guy or the girl whatsoever, right? So why shall I listen? There's no trust at all. And that's basically one of the biggest factors why info product business owners, when they essentially, most of the time, like when they start, are really loving this. And I always recommend to start organic as well because of this trust. The second thing that is really important for organic is to warm up the audience. So I talk about concepts and things that are related to the thing that I help people with, in my case, like a service. For info product business owners, can be like, hey, I warm up the audience because I can show real testimonials, I can show results of myself if I run like an e-com store or a trading account or whatsoever. And I can show them what I do on a daily basis. One of the most, by far the biggest asset that you can have like is a story on your IG. A story on your IG is massively, it's massive. It's just massive. Why? It's very short. People can see it within 1 to 2 seconds what's happening there. So yeah, sharing there something has a lot of impact because you don't have to invest a lot of time to consume what's in there, right? Compared to this YouTube video, what maybe is like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatsoever. You have to invest a little bit more time to it, and maybe, yeah, after 10 minutes, there's the thing that you really needed or really resonated whatsoever, but you're already like 10 minutes inside of the video, right? Story, 1 to 2 seconds, and it's done. So this is really powerful. You can warm up the audience. So we have like long form, like YouTube, we have short form, maybe reels for 1 minute where you can show like a loom or Miro board or whatsoever. So there are a bunch of things to warm up the audience, which automatically result to trust. And then there's of course the nurture sequence. So nurture is like, hey, I have a follower, I have a subscriber, I have the person on my email list. It doesn't matter too much. I can nurture that person. I can tell stories. I can tell personal stories. I can stories from my clients. I can do a lot of stuff to really nurture the lead. So in essence, this lead is of course a better quality lead. What it lacks is where paid comes in place. So paid is specifically built for reach new people. So with paid, I can be very exact and I can calculate, hey, I spend this amount of money, I get this amount of reach and impressions, and I get this amount of leads because of my landing page conversion at this rate, etc., etc. It's really predictable. Well, organic is not very predictable. I can launch a YouTube video, get maybe a few hundred views. I can launch a YouTube video, can maybe get like thousands of views. Of course, there is like engineering behind it, and of course, there's some research behind it, but it's not as predictable as paid. As paid is very predictable, and you can scale results. So if I know what my cost per acquisition is, and I know my cost per lead, and I know my cost per call, I can scale budgets at all cents. And I like scaling, of course, with the businesses, but it scales results. So if my funnel and everything is working, I can really easily scale. Where the magic is, because here, as I said, if you're not dealing or not experienced with dealing with cold or paid ad leads, and you get them on a call, or you try to get them on a call, which is of course also very important because there is no trust. So if there's no trust, how do you ensure there is trust to even show up on the call? Like that's of course like already a big question. But if you're not experienced with it, of course people are gonna complain. Hey, this is a very shitty lead compared to this lead. Of course they are doing it. But there's also where the magic happens. So here in between, if we can reach new people, get them to trust us, we get conversion. And this is exactly where you want to focus on. Of course, there are a bunch of people that you will reach who are not showing any interest, but I don't want everyone to show interest. I want that the people that I want show interest, right? So I qualify my leads with the ads and with the funnels, and I talk in such a way that I also disqualify a lot of people. So I can reach those people, but at the end, I only want this segment of people that I can reach, but who are also very interested to buy the product that I sell. And this is where the magic happens. You can do only organic, you can do only paid. It both works. But the best, you combine it. And this is like the conversion engine. So if you have a very strong organic presence, please scale with ads. If you don't have a strong online presence with organic, please don't start with ads. It can, but it will cost you a lot of money, initial investment, because you have to spend more to get the data and stuff like that. But also your ROAS or your ROI is less than if you can combine it. So I highly advise first start with this and then use paid ads to boost that engine. If you also then match the message, you have momentum. What do I mean with that? So basically what happens here is the same as what happens here. If I talk about, I don't know, store building, team building, scaling, whatsoever, organically, I also do that paid, right? So my funnel is resonating the same message as I do organic. With marketing, there's one principle that I believe strongly in, and what has proven to work dozens and dozens of times, over and over again with multiple clients, is just stick to one message and scale that message. Scale one funnel, test a lot of funnels, scale one funnel, test more funnels, and scale one funnel. Like basically, I just focus on scaling one thing and be very good at that, and make sure that during the whole funnel, we test a lot of stuff in between, of course, to iterate and optimize it. So make sure that the message is the same. Don't talk about topics here that you're not talking about here, or vice versa. Just talk about the same thing. Also, if you have like a very good organic post, maybe you can also use it for paid ads, right? So make sure everything is aligned. Who does that correctly is using a growth loop. So basically, it's very, very simple. You have organic content. You post consistently, very important, consistently. So consistent. Be consistent when it comes down to organic posting. Be consistent. If you be consistent, you will see there it will skyrocket. Content, organic content, make sure you nail it, make sure you build trust, you warm up the audience and you nurture. Then start paid traffic to our landing page with all the same assets here. Build trust, make sure that your funnel is converting at a high level, and nurture the people. So you have to show them, okay, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is the mechanism, this is how it works for others, and this is my call to action, probably a call. And then you either can, if they don't do it directly, you can follow up with them with email and make sure that from the email you can send them to organic content as well. So with the email, nurture them. So then it's all organic, of course, because you already paid for it. And you follow up until you have what you want, and that's like the conversion. This is the whole growth loop. If you do this consistently over and over again, you will end up making a lot of money. Talking about the organic side, as I mentioned, consistency is everything. So please be consistent with your YouTube uploads. Please be consistent with your stories. Please be consistent with everything that you do in terms of output, and you will see the results of that, right? And paid ads is just like the boost engine to make sure that, yeah, you get more people to watch your content that's already been working, and you get more sales. And eventually, yeah, that's where it all happens, of course. With paid ads, it's not only cold that we're doing, right? We are also retargeting maybe our followers, maybe our subscribers, maybe our visitors, whatsoever. You can do a bunch of stuff, of course. This is not only cold, this is also, you know, you can say warm, not very hot, but warm, I would say. Use it in your advantage to make sure that your content, yeah, gets like 2x or 3x or 5x even eventually. Doing this correctly, I've seen it multiple times again. If you collect, for example, 100K organically and you add paid ads on top of it, you will 3 to 5x easily. So yeah, make sure that you understand this process, make sure that you do the organic posting consistently, and yeah, don't be trapped like in a belief of, hey, organic is better. Of course it's better because you have all these things, but with paid ads, you can make more money. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you get some stuff online here really fast in your own advantage. And yeah, if you want to know how we can build such a thing together, please click the link in the description, and hopefully talk soon. And yeah, subscribe and like, and see you soon in the next video. Thank you.